Hello, are you out there? This is Mark, Redo Over, and I was just doing that. Okay, we're playing some Master of Orion here. I've had about a coffee and a half in me, so I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's just take a quick look at our section of the galaxy. So I think we're playing like on a small or something, or medium. Not a lot of star systems, as you can tell. We're kind of taking over this galaxy, though, as far as we go to the Path of Victory up here. We have unknown races, 4 of them. We've only met the Nolan. There's 4 unknown races, but we're sitting on top of every metric. Conquest, technology, economic-y, obviously. So, yeah, we're looking pretty awesome. But we'll try and play to a win scenario, if possible. Cruiser completed at Tormontius 2. Colony ship next in queue. Cruiser completed at Niu. Super Ally Research. So let's just jump in real quick. They're building another cruiser. Okay. Those guys got nothing else to do. Yeah, so, you know, interestingly, until we get the multi-state insulator, we can't go through the red lines here, so that's cut off. It's kind of like insulating you from the rest of the galaxy until that happens. And then these 2 are multi-state insulators in this one as well. So the only places left for us to go would be to invade the Nolans, but we don't want to do that because we've got a big BC trade with them, which is great for us. I could see us trying to take on the Amoeba with the fleet, though. That might be fun to work towards. So yeah, let's build that up with our cruisers. Now, because we actually are starting to get a pretty good cruiser fleet, I don't think the Nolan are going to mess with us, to be really honest. I think they know better than that. So we'll send another cruiser, and yeah, we'll build up a little fleet of these guys. So look, there's 2 cruisers and a frigate, and then we have another cruiser coming in. So yeah, we're looking pretty hefty. Tormontius has grown. Awesome. I don't know that I need him doing research. Tell me what we really need to do is get this food production up here. So I see they're doing a research facility, but let's throw in an automated factory would be smart. I'm actually surprised that's not done. And let's get a hydroponic farm going. And maybe colonial revenue service. We do need to be generating a tax base, BC income. So that's looking good for now. The cruiser also at Tormontius 2 was completed. They're at 5 of 7 on population, so they're growing at a slow rate. Let's maybe pull a guy off production and get him into food production here, so we grow a little quicker. I see they have another colony ship going, and then when that's done, I wouldn't mind more food production. No, that's a 1 food for 2 BC. That's not really very effective. That's population growth. That is pretty good. That's just 1 per food cell. There's not a lot of other stuff they could work on. Let's do terraforming after this ship. That will increase the population max limit, and then we could get more farmers going, which would make then having the soil enrichment worth it. It will make this world bigger population base. Okay. And then finally, we have some research.
Just a minute of your time, President.
So these 2 are very close. You can only choose one of the 2. So we have to decide A or B here. But this will give your ship a lot more hull points. This will make your armor a lot harder. But I like to go with heavy armor, make that armor more resilient or harder, because it actually negates armor-piercing weapons improvements. So you never want to go up against a weapon that has armor piercing against your ships, because it'll just hit straight to the hull. So we will take heavy armor over reinforced hull. Yeah. Okay. And our next research, we've only got 2 left in the 6 range. Orbital batteries, proton. Yeah, these are some good weapons options. We don't need either of these really, but we'll just go one and then the other. I don't have a preference really. And then, yeah, next turn.
Welcome to GNN, Galactic News Network.
Ah, shit.
Exhaustion of mineral ores
That
on
sucks.
a human colony resulted in its mineral classification being downgraded.
Tormontius 2 just got downgraded. That sucks. Let's take a look here. So we were average and now we're down to poor. That's not good. It's going to make building everything more laborious, but it is what it is. There's no fix of that. Government support facility completed at Obacus Prime. Let's take a look. So Obacus is just growing its pops right now, which is fine. Gravity generator would be a wise thing to have, but let's see if we can maybe get a little more population before we do that. And the Colonial Revenue Service to help pay for that gravity generator, because once we make it, it will have the 3 maintenance costs. So that's probably a pretty good way to start with them, or to keep them going. So those 3 things in the queue, we'll hit done. But ultimately, we do need to get our population up. So colony ship arrived at Atari 3. And yeah, we are going to colonize that I think it's Toxic World. Yeah, but it's rich, so take that. Here's what we need. We need an autofac, then the biosphere, then the hydroponic farms, and then probably a research facility, then probably a government support facility. So we loaded that up with some general stuff. We will grow that population. We don't have a whole lot of BC, or I would help purchase their autofac right now. But you can see we have one more empty world here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we need a lot more colony ships. We can populate all these planets, colonies on all of them. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. We have an autofac here. This built, it's just sitting there. It built this military outpost. This guy's almost done with his military outpost. So yeah, that's kind of where the state of our part of the galaxy is. Let's hit next. Automated factory completed Atari Prime. Cool. And then let's see if we can help purchase an autofac somewhere else. Let's check for pollution real quick. No pollution going. 0 everywhere. And let's check our production queues. This is the longest in terms of turns for production is here. See that autofac in 9? Let's just purchase that. Let's help them out. And then we'll sort the other way. So this is the bottom. So yeah. There's another automated factory we're going to want to help with here pretty soon, as soon as we can. So let's hit done. Next turn. Okay, new leader. Ground combat and disposition. I don't want to pay a leader salary for those things. We don't really do ground combat very much, and disposition we're already well liked because we're humans. So I'm gonna reject. I want her out of here. And actually, I'm going to go up to leaders, and I'm going to send her away. Where's she at? Right here. I don't want her lingering. I want to get someone else in here. So I'm going to dismiss her and just say, yeah, get the heck out of here. Don't come back. Yeah, so that should be good. Autofac completed at Matar. They're going to do the biosphere next. And SpaceFac finished the military outpost. That's right here. And we're just going to have them guard that. Our couple of space factories, there's nothing really else for them to work on right now. Yeah. Oh wait. Here we go. Gas harvester right here. We should have sent the other autofac off, but we can mine that for helium-3 essentially. Let's get that going. And I think that is pretty good. Next turn. And research lab completed Tormontius Prime. Autofac next. Good. We'll build up a little BC. We might help buy another autofactory. Colony ship completed at Huel Prime. And next in queue is the Colonial Revenue Service. Let's check Huel real quick. I just want to see what the population's doing. Yeah, let's get that population growing again. So I'm going to put a couple farmers in there. We want to get these guys growing. We've been plucking away their colony people to make colony ships. So I've got this volcanic planet. I've got these guys here. Quite a few planets to select from, but let's just take a look. Ultra rich, I enjoy that. Rich, normal gravity, that's nice. Gold and abundant. Gold would yield just straight BCs. That's not bad. It's medium abundant normal gravity. Low gravity, ultra poor gold. That's a horrible world. Volcanic worlds are usually good because they're resistant to pollution, but it's ultra poor, so it'd be a horrible place to build. Let's go with some of this gold here. Maybe not that one though. Grab, just checking around. I like that. It's tiny. Grab. Ooh, they're all good. They're all bad, but let's go for this guy. It's big, and yeah, we'll send the colony ship there. We'll get these all filled in here shortly enough. Let's go to our diplomacy real quick. Just check with the Nolam. We're at peace. They're friendly. We're still running that trade treaty. They got a bunch of money. We don't have nearly as much as them. We're gonna guard. We're just building up our fleet there. We might attack this space maybe at some point, but they're very difficult to destroy. Trade treaty just finished, and you can see immediately that our BC has dropped to a -16, so we have to go renegotiate with them right now. That's part of the reason why I wanted to save up our money. So let's get an audience.
Ah, my old friend.
I do have just enough.
By all means.
Propose.
You are far too munificent, my friend.
Okay. We are recording. Alright, so that boosts us back up again. We obviously need to keep that money coming in. So I'm glad we got it, and we got a new research.
Our scientists have made a new discovery.
Warehouse, recyclotron. We don't really use those. And here's our final tier here is the robotics. I do see the spaceport coming up. I'm going to want to grab that really soon. But I'm going to finish the robotics off first. Then we'll get that spaceport. That'll help yield some more BC on all of our colonies, which we're going to need. Fleet needs orders. Okay, here we go. This will help. Superscalar gas harvester. That'll be +5 credit with no maintenance. So that'll help generate a little bit of income for us as well. Nothing happened on this turn, so we just hit next turn. Obviously, our fleets are traveling. Next turn. Cruiser completed at Sol Prime. Awesome. Now, our fleet's getting sizable, so we have to keep an eye up here on our command points. We're at 26 of 36, so we have some headroom left, so that's fine. But, yeah, let's send this cruiser off to join the main fleet for that potential invasion on the amoebas. Right now, I don't think anyone's going to be coming through these space lanes. We have the highest level of technology per this graph up here. So I don't think anyone's going to beat us to the hyperspace insulator, multi-state insulator that allows you to travel those red lines. We'll be the first ones to get that. So no one's going to invade us anytime soon, except the Antarans, because they love to kick the shit out of us. Here we are back on Sol Prime. They're still growing a pop. Geez, what can we make here, huh? Cloning center would be nice. That would just make us grow faster, 25% faster. Then we keep generating those colony ships real quickly. Excuse me. We could build more cruisers, but I want to hold off on that. Let's do the cloning center. We'll start on that, and then we might chunk out a couple more colony ships off of them. Next turn.
This is GNN.
It is a dog-eat-dog galaxy out there as the military might of the Dalak Cabal battle against the Ulrathi Empire for control of the galaxy.
Alright. That's good. They're fighting each other. That means they're not fighting us. War is very rarely beneficial. So, they're at war. Biosphere's completed at Temek Prime. Hydroponic farm is next in queue. Very cool. Biosphere's completed at Atari. Government support facility next. Okay. Let's just take a look at the Empire real quick and just see what is being built. Gosh, that's a slow go, honestly. Temek Prime needs to get its population up a bit before that's going to be worthwhile. Cruisers coming up. That's good. That'll kind of max us out on where we need to be with our fleet for the time being. I also see another colony ship in the queue, which is good because there's still about 5 planets we want to colonize. So yeah, these are all looking good. Autofac's going to finish on Atari. So these are all very general buildings. We will focus in, though, on these colonial revenue services and then the spaceports as soon as we can get them. And we're probably going to colonize gold worlds next. I think we have 2 of them in the queue that are out there. Those will each generate, I think, 4 or 5 BC each, just from colonizing them. So we'll go after those. But let's call that good. Next turn. And actually, is that a gold world? No, it's not. You know what? Let's divert this ship. We want the gold. We've been talking about that. Yeah, let's do it. Send it right there. It's a tiny little planet, but it's going to give us money just for having the pops sitting there. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's the ash falling out of the sky. Tiny, volcanic, abundant, low grav. But the gold here generates 2 BC. That's not that much. Maybe because it's tiny. Oh, I bet you a huge world would generate 5 or something, if I had to guess. But, yeah, it's kind of a crappy world, but it's okay. We'll just let them sit here and just kind of get their own thing going. We won't really bother them. They won't need a support facility, probably. But maybe the Colonial Revenue Service, and then maybe the gravity generators. That'll be a long way out. They'll be working on that for the next 100 turns. Maybe we'll help them with the automated factory eventually. So yeah, let's just check Atari Prime real quick. They got their autofac going. So yeah, they're going to get some food going here, which will help grow the population. So they're good. And we finished the superscalar harvester. Okay. Does this fleet have... No, it doesn't have a space factory. So we're going to take this space factory and we'll plop them in with this fleet here, just for future use. This guy's going to hang out here, just waiting for the space lanes to open. That's it for the coffee. That's 2 cups this morning. I'm not going to go with any more than that. Okay, here we go. Colonial Revenue Service finished at Huel Prime. Fantastic. So that Colonial Revenue Service generates 1 BC per pop. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see the overall, this colony is generating +5 BC above its operating cost. So its upkeep is 15, but it's generating 20. So we're happy about that. It's making us money. But they have more headroom to grow, so let's see what we could build. They're growing fast enough, so let's not go for any more farming stuff. Their population is too small to support a data center. They need more researchers. I could see doing one of 2 things. Starbase, because it'll get us more command points. We don't need a fleet much bigger, so that's kind of iffy. I could see terraforming, which would increase the max population. That would be good. I could also see more colony ships, because we still have that handful of planets. So let's do that for now. And then we'll have them terraform. Which will give them a little break to grow their population back up. But yeah, they'll grow in population before the colony ship, so that should offset pretty nicely. Let's hit done. Let's hit next turn. Research completed. Okay. The Dauntless guidance system is good, actually. That allows your missile swarms to retarget. Say you launch 25 missiles, and the first 5 of them kill a ship off. The other 20 will just fly into empty space and be wasted. The Dauntless allows a certain amount of them to find a target if there's one within range, and they'll attack that. It's good for warfare, but tell you what I really want is I want this automated repair unit. This allows our ships to repair when they're in deep space, away from our space docks, military outposts, space stations. They can repair themselves. So I'm going to select that. Now granted, we have to put that on all of our ships, but we'll get to that. Okay, here we are in the next tier. I want this spaceport because we need BC generation. So we'll have that in 10 turns of research. And then we'll just hit next turn. And I'm going to check and see if anyone needs help with an autofact.
To GNN, Galactic News Network.
Here we go.
It is a dog-eat-dog galaxy out there as the military might of the Alkari flock battle against the Valerian Dominion for control of the galaxy.
Okay, that's interesting. So that's the other 2. So we've now kind of found out what the other 4 species we don't know. The Alkari are fighting the Illyrians, and then it was the Darlock Cabal fighting the Bulrathi Empire, I think. So those are the 4 other species. But the fact that they're going head to head kind of weakens them. It's good for us. So we got our part of the galaxy clustered in with all the dead ends, the red line dead ends. We were stuck with the Nolam. But we did so well because we pigeonholed the Nolam right away, like we were aggressive and built in their direction, so that they could never grow beyond the 2 systems. So we dominate our section of the galaxy. The Nolam are small and vulnerable. They're no match for us. We only keep around because of the trade treaty is so good for us. These other guys, though, theoretically are in more, head-to-head battles, probably 2 and 2. They're probably isolated in these clusters. And as they fight for supremacy within their section of the galaxy, one side or the other will probably win, and they'll get pretty powerful. But in the end, I think we'll beat everyone to the punch here. So, colony ship completed at Tormontius, and biosphere completed at Matar, hydroponic farm next. Awesome. And then the war. So let's go to the colony ship at Tormontius too. So we're just checking out they're going to grow next turn. That's awesome. And then they're going to start terraforming. So we'll leave that. And then let's take this colony ship and let's go for another gold world. Where was our other gold world at? Right there. It's another tiny one. But yeah, let's send it off. All these planets are kind of cruddy, so that's why none of them are really superior for building. But fleet needs orders. We're just going to have them guard. And let's take a look at this fleet now. Look at that. 4 cruisers, frigate. It's a pretty beefy ship for this stage of the game. So next turn. Now, here's something to notice. You see these little red boxes? These represent a colony where we haven't rectified lower high gravity to normal via the gravity generator building. So, for instance, low gravity is a minus 25% to production, to research, food, production, everything, I think. Production, research, and food, yeah. So you do want to correct that. And then a high gravity, I think, is a negative 50. So, for instance, here's a high gravity colony that's suffering, and it is negative 50. So high gravity is worse than low gravity, as you can imagine. And then here's another low, and here's another low. So all 4 of those colonies over time, we want to get rid of those red. We're going to want to get them to make gravity generators. So we could just look at this right now. Gravity generator there, so that will get rectified. Let's check Matar 2. Gravity generator, perfect. Check Matar 5. Let's get a gravity generator in their queue, but first the Colonial Revenue Service. We want that money first, then the gravity generator. Done. And then this was our last one, Atari Prime. Okay, they're just got a couple things going, so let's get Colonial Revenue Service and the gravity generator. Gravity generators are expensive. That's why I want the Colonial Revenue Service in the queue first to kind of help pay for it. You got to pay for your infrastructure. But all those guys will eventually have that cured, which is what we want. I see our colonies are growing here. Fleet needs orders. That's just the space fac. I'm just going to have them guard. And then now our fleet here comprises these 6 ships. Let's just check the upgrades. Not much. 9 BC. Let's do it. So our fleet is completely optimized and up to date, which is awesome. We have about 300 BC. Let's see if anyone needs help with an autofac real quick. I can see these guys at Matar. They're going to need help. So we might save up a turn or two. They're completing theirs on their own, so let's do that. Let's hit next turn. Okay. Bunch of stuff happened. But before we forget, let's just jump up here and make that purchase. Instead of waiting 18 more turns, let's get that autofac so that colony can get a jump on production. We'll hit done. Nayutu has reached max pop. Let's take a look. Right. Nayutu is our volcanic, powerhouse, ultra rich with gold. This place is great. But they're maxed out. Colony ships completing next turn. Or not colony ship, cruiser. Let's see what else they could use. Not a lot. I don't need to buy any of this. They don't do research. They don't really farm, per se. Well, they can't grow anymore anyway. Military barracks is there, but they're not unhappy, so almost useless. Their morale, when you only have 3 pops, it's easy to keep everyone happy. I don't need any of this pollution stuff. This is the beauty of a tiny volcanic planet, is there's very little they need. They just make stuff. So we could do another colony ship, or we could do another cruiser. Oh, it's interesting it doesn't show the cruiser option. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's do the colony ship next. So yeah, they'll just keep making spacecraft for us, but we are going to have to increase this command point rating by building a starbase pretty soon here. But one of the other colonies is going to have to build a starbase. Niu already has one. We know that because of the gray star right there. So that's a capital and a starbase. Capital? It's not our capital. Sol Prime is our capital. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Capital. Oh, I'm sorry. That's that's for Niu. This is the that's these guys. Sorry, it's their capital, not our capital. This is Niu Prime. But the purple thing is the starbase. My bad. The star means the capital of a civilization. The purple thing means the starbase. So, long story short, blah blah. Autofac. Hydroponic farm, cloning center completed at Sol Prime. Let's take a look there real quick. So yeah, these guys are able to grow really quickly now, and they need to be working on something else. So, colony ship. Let's get the rest of these planets loaded up with new colonies. And that'll happen pretty quickly. Next turn. I think I've got 2 colony ships in the... Oh, nice. Zara Song has leveled. Disposition and research, definitely research. Confirm. Boom. That's a big bonus to our research. But my point was, we're down to 1, 2, 3. I won't count this guy because the colony ship's coming. 4. So we have 4 planets that need colonies. We have 1, 2, 3 colony ships in the queue. So yeah, we'll be wrapping up soon on that, you guys. Very, very soon. Yeah, next... Wait, hold on. Sol Prime has reached the next spot. Yeah. Oh, we can pull some people off of there. Oh, no, not that many. Okay. Fleet needs orders. Send the cruiser in to join the others. Our fleet continues to build in power. Next turn. Okay, government support facility completed. Biospheres completed, and they had extra things in the queue. Keeping an eye on our money here, our BC. We want to keep that going. We probably need to build that back up pretty shortly for our next trade agreement. State of the galaxy.
And now, the state of the galaxy. Current ranking of space fleet strengths.
We're awesome. So it goes Alkari, Darlock. So the Darlocks are probably beating the Bulrathi. The Alkari are probably beating the Illyrians. And we're beating the Nolans. We're beating all of them right now, so next turn. Colony ship arrived at Temek 2.
I come to you with the most splendid proposition.
Sure. He wants Moon Lab, and he's going to give us Fusion Bomb. You know what? It doesn't... Because he can't grow, they're no threat to us. And it's a research we missed out on, so I'll accept it. That's not even... I don't even want that. But might as well have it. Can't hurt. There's nothing we can give the Nolans that it will allow them to be a threat to us at this point in the game. Fuel Prime has grown. Colony ship arrived at Temek 2. Let's colonize. And I think this is a tiny world, so I think that BC from the gold will be a 2. Tiny, Tundra, Ultra Poor, Low. They're really shitty worlds. That's so cool, though. Look at that landing. That should be the thumbnail for this video. That looks awesome. Okay. Autofac first. Probably a crust prospector because it's such an ultra poor planet. Biosphere. Hydroponic farm. Gravity generator. Yeah. It is what it is. Oh wait, I wanted to check the gold is just 2, yeah. Okay. Moon Lab acquired through trade. Awesome. We're just going to the next turn. Next turn. Atari Prime has grown. Awesome. Next turn. Upgrade the space fact, sure. Oh, because galactic trading research.
Our
completed.
scientists have made a new discovery.
Advanced space factory. Yes, check this out. The advanced scientists' latest design for space factory machinery, boosting the power and building performance, doubling its production speed. So our space factories just build faster. That's a good thing. And we got the spaceport. So now we have to choose the next tier here. For weapons, that's all good, but we can convert these planets, artificial asteroid fields into planets, and we can compress gas giants into planets. We don't really need to do that, though. We have more than enough planets to colonize, and we have a lot of colonies as it is. Plus, to compress any of those down into planets, we would get rid of asteroid mines or asteroid science facilities. And we kind of like those, so we're not going to mess with that yet. Robo-miners, not bad. Optronic computers, that improves our firing solutions. Planetary radiation shield, ooh, I like that. And Astro University, espionage training, oh, they're all, oh, but that's a tier above though. Let's go with this. I want that planetary radiation field right now. Let's do it.
Terrific.
The reason I want that is when you have that barrier, that radiation force field around your entire planet, it keeps the Anterans from being able to hurt anybody on the surface. It protects them. It's really cool. Next turn. Our BC is getting pretty good again. Research lab finished. Colonial Revenue Service next. Colony ship completed at Sol. Let's take a look. Yeah, here we go. Let's pop a guy off of there so we can grow. Let's get our pop back up. And then Moon Lab. That's a static 6 research for 4 maintenance. Probably worth it. Let's get the spaceport first, then the Moon Lab. Done. Call that good right there. Done. And yeah, let's go colonize another world. Let's just go to the nearest worlds here. Just kind of fill up whatever's closest at this point, which would be right there. Next turn. Oh, you know what? That's probably it for this episode. About 30 minutes there. If you watched, thank you. And we'll continue growing on the next one.